Hinge is the dating app designed to be deleted.
Hinge prompts help you show off your full personality and connect with someone who appreciates you.
Specifically, Hinge's LGBTQIA+ prompts are designed to help queer daters better connect based on similarities, interests, and compatibility.
Plus, these prompts were created in collaboration with GLAAD, so they are by the people for the people. So, like, one prompt is, the first time I knew I was gay was, and it's funny, like, the first time I knew I was gay, Ronnie, is I was reading Nintendo Power magazine, and they had a spread about Castlevania 2, and they had, like, this beefy model guy as, like, the Castlevania guy, and I was like, who is that? And that's when I knew I was gay, and that's what I would put on Hinge.
Oh, God. And let's not forget the classic international mail catalog.
Oh,
wow.
the best. Download Hinge and show off your full self using their LGBTQIA+ prompts today. Then find someone worth deleting the app for. Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. The time is now, more than ever, to embrace the breathtaking, sinister, and shocking tales that have enthralled you, especially with brand new exclusive thrillers from best-selling authors who are guaranteed to keep you gripped.
Right now, one thing that I'm very interested in taking a listen to is The Daughters of Block Island, which is currently #1 on the mystery thriller and suspense list. So that is definitely going into my queue. New members can try Audible free for 30 days.
Visit audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500. That's audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500. This episode is supported by FX's Clipped, the scandalous story of the 2014 Clippers owner's racist remarks captured on tape and heard around the world.
The series charts the tape's impact on a dysfunctional basketball organization striving to win against their reputation as the most cursed team in the league.
Starring Lawrence Fishburne, Jackie Weaver, Cleopatra Coleman, and Ed O'Neill. FX's Clipped, streaming June 4th, only on Hulu.
There's so much that happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all that crap we love to talk about on Yale Brovs. I'm Rondell Carolam. That is Benjamin Mandelker.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, everybody. We're in Birmingham today, in gorgeous England. I look like Old Man River. I don't know the sun. It is. The sun is hitting. Also, I got like a skinhead haircut. I mean, I'm always shaved, but I'm really shaved.
Sometimes when okay, so like my hair is thinning and I've accepted that. That's okay. But sometimes when light comes in really bright, it really perform some erasure on what hair I do have left, and I don't appreciate that. But yeah, we're here in beautiful Birmingham. We just arrived. It's really lovely. It's a very modern city, more modern than I was expecting. Next week we're on vacation, so if you're looking for the season finale of our Valley recap, it's not going to come up next week, but it'll be up the week after that.
We will not be skipping the season finale. We have loved recapping the show, and it will be back the Monday after or Tuesday after. We don't know. Wednesday after. We don't really know. It depends on how shit-faced we get.
We're not making any promises. We're just saying we're going to recap the season finale or at least talk about it the following week.
Okay, so here we are with The Valley, everybody.
By the way, what a great show we had last night in Birmingham, right?
Yeah. Great times. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, so here we are. We're still in Big Bake. We're still in Big Bear. And they're throwing a baby shower for the most ridiculous woman on television at the moment, Janet, who is accusing Zach of wanting her and her baby dead.
Yeah.
And that's gotten super dark. I thought maybe he just made a little comment. Then she said, no, she said something like he literally said, I wish her and her baby dead. But then in the coming next week previews, he's saying like, Janet is dead to me. He's like, Janet is dead to me. And I bet you anything she took the Janet is dead to me and made that Janet, he wishes me and my baby are dead. Because this one is
the thing
ridiculous.
On Reddit you were reading about, right?
Mm-hmm. I was reading it today on the aeroplane. Okay, because we can do that now because there's something called Internet and Jesus. I was on the Jesus Internet. I think I'm dying soon because I'm talking about Jesus a lot. Okay, so and also dying a lot. So
If it's
The
any
Valley.
consolation, we talk about
Janet's
Jesus
an
a lot.
asshole. Let me tell you who's missing besides Jesus. He's been gone a long time, guys. It's been thousands of years. You know who else? Zach and Kristen. I don't really like the show as much without Zach and Kristen. Janet, you fucking show ruiner. They need to throw Janet off a Big Bear. Keep her baby, though. We love your baby. No one wishes your baby harm. Just you, mentally.
Well, they're setting up this baby shower, and Michelle's like, I still can't believe how this cake was almost $300. And they're all setting up and everything, and Jasmine's downstairs napping. I'm not Jasmine. Janet's downstairs napping and everything. And Michelle's talking about how she threw her own baby shower, which makes sense. I feel like no one wanted to throw a baby shower for Michelle. They're like, this will just be really depressing, and we really don't support a baby with Jesse Lolly. So maybe if we just don't throw a baby shower, they never got married in the first place.
No one supported Xerox copying Jesse Lawler. Or maybe people just had a sense that that was really Meathead's baby. And they were like, you know what? Do we need more Meathead in our life? But what makes me sad about that Michelle thing is that we've seen pictures of Michelle when she was pregnant and they were happy. Like she was with Jesse and they were happy. And Jesse had long hair, which I think is when he started his headband addiction. And we see pictures and she bought them shirts in that Gather font that said like, I'm the mom. And then his said like, I'm the dad.
Yeah.
And it's just sad, you know, I think when you buying all of your own stuff that says stuff like that.
That is actually extraordinarily sad.
You shouldn't be buying your own like I'm with stupid shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only fun if you're buying it with someone else.
By the way, I just want to point out just a little BTS info about our recording session right now.
That's a Korean band.
It's a Korean band, but it also stands for behind the scenes. We are facing Ronnie's window, which in turn, through the window, we can see into an office building. And there's a British man at his computer, and he's typing away. And I just like
that. I don't see him.
Do you see the silhouette right up there? Oh, I just pointed. I shouldn't point because.
Oh yeah, up on the
and
second level.
Someone.
Show us your wiener, office person.
And I just am imagining, I'm going to have a hard time focusing on this recap because the entire time I'm imagining this scene unfolding up there. Hello, did you get the forms? They need to be in by the end of today. It's absolutely imperative that you get the forms in. Nigel, do we have the forms? We don't have the forms yet. They have not arrived yet.
I'm sorry, we were supposed to get the forms from Eloise, but unfortunately Eloise is away. She's taken some mummy time to throw her own shower. It's quite sad, isn't it?
I just got a call from Gemma in the mailroom. It turns out Millie is sick, so the forms won't be in until later.
Yeah, I don't like that they're all facing away from the window. What's the point of having a view if you're not going to look at the people in the hotel across the street? I want to see the people.
They're silhouetted like they're the banker on Deal or No Deal. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They're doing official business.
Yeah.
So
okay.
anyway,
I like their like kind of mid-century modern. I was just watching a video on YouTube on the plane about mid-century modern design because, you know, I'm like cultured. And it was this gay guy. Okay, so first of all, those tiny microphones that people have.
I hate those.
He's like, hi, I want to talk to you about mid-century modern. People just don't understand the difference between buying something from Wayfair and having actual mid-century modern. Only I understand. The most tasteful gay in the world with the tiniest, gayest microphone in the world. I was like, get over yourself, queen. Just show me the Frank Lloyd Wright house. You know what I mean?
Please. I hate the tiny microphones that are basically just lavalier mics, but they just make
but slightly bigger.
Just be a lavalier mic.
Yeah, and those are crappy mics anyway. Yeah, stop acting like you're doing something
also
professional. We got a newbie sitting at the Wayfair mid-century modern table.
Who sat down? Who is sat there? Who is sat there?
He's a handsome person. He's very. I think that's the gay.
Is it Nathan?
Like he's very animated on the phone.
Nathan.
He's doing this already. He's always sat down. He's like, the phones, the papers, Gemma, Millie, throwing your own baby showers.
He's like, I was just crunching some numbers. It's not feasible for us to go down this path. And I tried to tell Gemma 1,000 times, but she's so busy getting forms for Nigel upstairs, she's not even listening to me anymore.
I suppose since all the girls are gone, I'll be having tea while I work, which is not what the Queen suffered all those years for, right? Gemma, God damn it. He's just leaving prank calls on Gemma's voicemail. He's like, hello, Gemma. This is the form factory. We've received your forms. JK LOL, you dumb hooker. No one's received any forms, Gemma. Right, piece of crap.
I mean, what are you doing down there, really, at this point, you know? So Brittany, speaking of Brits, Brittany is like, hey, everyone don't say baby shower so loud. Jen and my hair through the floorboards. And Nia's like, oh, by the way, are you and Jack's like all good, Brittany? Because he was accusing you of being an alcoholic with your stomach and everything.
Like, well, I'm still pretty annoyed with him, but he apologized to me. He's going to work on his communication. You know, I got to work on things too. Mostly just getting yelled at. I just need to get better at getting yelled at. You know, I need to be more forgiving when people call me an alcoholic in public and I'll get so mad. We're happy.
He's got to work on some stuff too, but I got to work on my communication with him. So then a baby sign falls over, which, by the way, I mean, visual metaphors.
That's a sign.
It was a stack of it was like a sign that was looking like a stack
blocks.
of cubes.
Yeah, blocks, like letter blocks, you know, that babies play with. And they spelled out baby, and then it fell over. And you know, if Janet was there, she would have called the police and blamed Zach somehow.
Zach,
he's trying to kill my baby with baby blocks.
To be fair, I could legitimately imagine Zach showing up in a baby block costume with his little arms coming out and just they'll never know that I'm here the entire time until
I
baby blocks start going like this.
I hope he just keeps fucking with her. I hope she went to the hospital and went into labor and Zach just came out in a bonnet like, "Hi, Mom, it's me, your baby."
And a little baby bonnet. His hair is kind of like a baby bonnet.
It's a hair baby bonnet. It kind of is. So now Brittany, she's like, "Hey, apologize. You know, we got to work on it." Okay, so now the guys are on a pontoon and they're talking about peeing because that's what guys talk about. I feel like
So there's actually a bathroom pontoon. So they drop Jesse off to pee on it, and then they're Danny's like, "Hey, Captain, drive off." So they
leave him. That would be hilarious.
He'll be so funny. So they leave Jesse, but then Jesse hops on another boat, and then he's with that other boat, and then they drop him back off in the pontoon. We get this wide shot that's like boat, 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 Jesse, bathroom, everything. It was fun.
Jesse's like, I wrote the game, guys. You can't play the game on the guy who invented the game. The boat leaving people in the pee stop game.
Stranding people on the bathroom pontoon game. It's a popular one, you know.
So back to the girls. Michelle and Brittany are still setting up, and Brittany's like, "Jake said he talked to you a little bit about the rumors going around. Is that what happened?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's not a big deal. Jesse already knew everything, so it wasn't a surprise to Jesse."
"How about are you and Jesse doing better since Malibu?" And she's like, "Yeah, therapy is doing well for Jesse, and he's trying his best, but he's super extreme in everything that he does. He's all over me all the time now."
"But isn't he still attractive to you?" "No." "But isn't he kind of cute sometimes?" "No." "Do you like shortness at all?" "No." "When you see clouds, do you sometimes see his name spelled out?" "No."
"Do you ever fantasize of shrinking yourself and lying down on his hair dent like you're in a big fancy couch?"
"No." Have you ever asked a castle in Kentucky if they could make chicken nuggets shaped out of his face for your wedding?
"Hey, have you ever tried to shape his hair like the castle in Kentucky?"
"No."
"You know, it's funny because I crave a bit more physical attention from JX." And she's like, "Yeah, it's turning me off. I'm just chill." And
Can I ask you a question?
"Yeah."
Do you know where your sparkle is? Where is it?
"Are you attracted to him still?" She's like, "Not really." She's like, "Oh, I hate that."
I hate that for you. I hate it. So basically, Jesse's like me in this relationship. I've lost my sparkle. I just need to feel pretty sometimes. So Michelle's like, "Yeah, it's a process for myself to understand why I was very attracted to Jesse when I first met him. And now there's nothing he can do that I find attractive."
She does
It's
do
not,
that.
it's not like a typical upspeak, because typical upspeak is like, "I don't find him attractive." And no. She does it she'll say "I feel bad because if something, God forbid."
She's sort of
It's just the last syllable.
She's stopping her bumper car of vocabulary, right? It's So, yeah.
God forbid if something happens between us, there's nothing he can do that I find attractive. It's not only physical, it's everything. Everything bugs me.
But also the physical. So she's like, "I want to feel this way, the way I used to feel for him, and I feel bad because it's something, God forbid, happens to between us. I feel like it's me that has to make the decision, and it's not a mutual decision, and I don't want to be the bad person."
This is kind of problematic, I think, to say. I'm going to say it anyway because I'm in Birmingham and we have different laws here. So get in line. I pay a lot of taxes to live here. A lot. So I'm just kidding. I don't know what their tax structure is here. Here's the thing about everywhere really, but I think particularly in LA when everyone's so excited about plastic surgery and it's just so normalized. When you support your partner in getting plastic surgery, Jax does it the very controlling way where he literally weighs you down. He's like, you will get size Z boobs and you'll never be able to run. You know, it's like some weird thing that he's done. It's like he's made Brittany a prisoner. You know, like she literally can't run. But Jesse was like, that's the most beautiful nose I've ever seen. You should get that one. No, never encourage your partner to get the best nose you've ever seen. Because now look at her. She's like, I could be anyone. I could do anything. I have the best nose on the planet. She has like the cutest nose is what I'm trying to. It's a long way of saying she had great surgery and now she's too good for you.
A Few Good Noses by Rob Reiner.
Yeah, just suggest that your partner get mediocre surgery. You don't want you just feel like, hey, have you ever seen Macbeth? You know the three witches? They have a great number. You should get their nose. Do that. Because now she's out of there.
I just saw Annabelle walking by in the office and I was thrilled. She walked by looking for Nigel. Like, I've got the forms. Is Nigel at his desk? He is not. Well, then what's the point of me even going to get the forms in the first place?
Annabelle's like, oh, I got her a baby shower cake. Oh, she's throwing her own and not at the office? Too bad. We'll have to eat it, eh, Nige? Come on.
Did you hear about Gemma? She got too good of a nose job and now Sir Lord Kensington has left her. It's terrible.
I told the boss when she went in for that nose job, I said she's going to get one good nose job, and then next thing you know, she's never going to turn in her forms again. And it's happened. It's absolutely happened.
It's happened. We have to.
That guy's hot, and is he? I feel like he's posing for us. Is that weird?
The one up there or the one this?
No, the one right in front. I'm not looking at the one up
Oh,
there.
I've been looking at the one up there. The one in
He's
front of us.
geographically unattractive.
Oh, that guy with the mustache. I didn't even see that guy. He's like watching.
mustache?
He's like watching YouTube right now.
He looks like he's.
Oh, look, here comes someone from the back. It's like,
Oh,
all right,
here it comes.
all right. There's a meeting coming up in 5 minutes. All right, I want A team. Come meet me in the conference room.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he has a scratchy stomach. Just scratched his stomach like he's his old dog.
Oh, he's reaching for his phone.
Oh, someone's on their phone at work.
Waiting for that text. He's like, he's got a big date tonight. It's like, did she text back yet? We're gonna meet.
Grinder. He's like, are those guys looking at me on the grinder or in real life? This
Gemma,
is so
wait.
meta.
By the way, Gemma's over there. Gemma just took a seat. Gemma took a seat. She's like,
Gemma's not here. She's
behind the pillar now.
Oh,
Here she is. Here she is.
The office.
Wait, no.
Oh shit!
Look.
Ow. God,
There's Robert. Robert's just pacing back and forth up there. He's like the annoying one. He's like, does anyone want to have some tea? And Gemma's like, oh, God, not
Robert's the temp. They won't give him a desk. He's like, so I've finished the filing you've asked me to do. Should I sit here?
Look,
No,
Gemma,
don't you sit there, Robert. Don't you sit there. It's not your chair. You haven't earned that chair, Robert. That's for a full-timer.
Are you sure you really can't see Gemma? She's standing up. There she is. There she is. You see how she's putting, she's walking. She's
That's
walking.
not a Gemma. That's the guy with the hoodie, isn't it?
No, it's that window. Gemma Gemma just walked out. She put her hand behind her like this. Like, I'm just over it today.
Do you think those people are always on stage because they know that people from the hotel are always staring at them with their laptops out?
Gemma's like, yes. Gemma's like, I can't. I've got all these emails, these two people across the way just watching me and my husband.
Because they're very performatively working at the office.
They really.
He's like, look at me, typing. It's like they're in a Sam Shepard play about an office.
They really are. Like, and like, there's one guy who keeps walking around in the background who's clearly the one who's like, he has like a mug. He works in accounting. He's like, so did you guys see the news today? They've picked up EastEnders for another season.
Oh, there's Gemma.
You see her?
Okay, we need to get to this.
Okay, we're not.
That's like highly.
Okay, I will stop
uninteresting,
interrupting. I'm going to stop interrupting.
Like literally nothing happening. Okay, so Michelle's like, just she has the ick. Michelle has the ick because she's got a great nose now, so she's done.
And she feels like a failure, because she
not like Gemma over there. Gemma tried the nose job; it didn't work. They're just like, "Hi, Gemma, welcome home. Here's some more filing." She's like, "I thought this nose would make me too good for this goddamn job. Here I am, being given forms to fill."
Gemma's just trying to finish her forms so that way she can get to knitting club tonight.
Okay, so back to the pontoon. Jax is like, so last night you were like, it's fucking over. Was that real? Were you just drinking? And Jesse's like, nah, a little bit of both, because sometimes when I get emotional, I digress into she's going to leave me. But the truth is, we're both. Oh, no, this is Jesse, not the other one. Sorry, let me put my teeth away. Hold on. Yeah, so I don't know. It's like when I get emotional, I digress. I'm like, is she going to leave me? The truth is we're both working back to getting to square one. Listen, I went and spent a healthy weekend with some young people doing drugs in a forest. So surely that was enough to... Oh, by the way, we got a few emails from people like, that therapy really works? My son is traumatized and he did. Yeah, and I'm not saying that therapy doesn't work. I'm saying if your husband is a piece of shit and the only thing he's willing to do is spend a weekend getting fucked up in a forest, to leave him. I'm not saying anything about the whole therapy. So continue on. Do whatever works for you. I'm just saying a piece of shit husband needs to do a little bit more than drugs.
So the guys, they're fishing. They catch like a really small fish and they throw it back in the water, but the fish is like dead. The fish is like, oh my God, I die. The fish is just like flopping. It's just like lying there in the water. And, like,
it's got Michelle's personality.
I know.
It's got Michelle giving
it's
a
got
monologue.
the lolly stank. Like as soon as Jessie Lolly touches a living thing, it loses its soul. So it's just lying there like, come on, fish. And then a bird swoops down and eats it. So then there's talking about, I thought this was interesting because they're joking that it was the circle of life. So Danny starts singing the circle of life and they have to bleep the entire thing out. And Jack's like, you can't sing that. It's the Lion King, dude. It's registered. So then he goes, it's the square of life. And I thought that was interesting that if you sing the square of life, it can actually be shown on Bravo. But if you sing the circle of life, it is verboten.
Well, yeah, you can't just trademark every word. Can you, Walt?
I know. I just thought that was an
Disney?
interesting workaround.
So then we go back to the girls and they're waiting for Janet. And surprise! And Janet's like, oh my gosh, you guys. This is so cute.
Yeah. It's like really sweet that they went out of their way to set this up for me. And, I've been feeling kind of overwhelmed with all the nothing I'm doing. And I don't want to be friends with someone who wants to stress me out while I'm pregnant. I want to be babied until I have my baby. And we see a flashback to Zach's Instagram story that was just a geotag of Big Bear, as if it's like Freddy Krueger or like Jason Voorhees going to crawl out of the water and attack them all.
Now listen, if I went on an app and it said Zach is 5 feet from you, would I be scared? I would. I would. Okay.
That's fair. That's
but
fair.
You need to calm down. I understand that you don't want to be stressed out during your pregnancy. Guess who else doesn't want to be stressed out during your pregnancy? Me. Why should I be stressed out? I never impregnated you. Why should I have to deal with the fallout of your pregnancy? Keep your pregnancy to your goddamn self. And if you can't, stay off TV. That's what I say. You're stressing me out, lady. It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial. The CDC estimates that approximately 96 million American adults, more than 1 in 3, have prediabetes. Of those with prediabetes, more than 80% don't even know they have it.
Why does this matter? If you have prediabetes, sugar begins to build up in the bloodstream rather than fuel the cells. This is when insulin resistance occurs, which is believed to be the #1 cause of prediabetes.
A healthy weight allows insulin to work more efficiently and can help to keep blood sugars within a normal range.
Signos can help you short-circuit the cycle by using data directly from your body to design a weight loss plan that's unique to your lifestyle.
With Signos, you can literally see which foods cause your blood sugar to spike above reasonable levels and get real-time alerts to do a bit of exercise to bring them back down.
On average, people make about 227 food choices a day.
Learn the difference between stress eating and physical hunger.
Better manage your energy throughout the day and sleep better at night.
Listen, I've got some health stuff going on here. I've been on my weight loss journey for about a year now, and I need to track this stuff, so it's great to have something so simple to use.
Signos removes the guesswork of weight loss and provides you with the tools and knowledge needed to develop healthier habits. It combines your glucose data from the CGM or a continuous glucose monitor with an AI-driven app to deliver real-time glucose insights for optimal health and weight management.
Right now, Signos has an offer exclusively for our listeners. Go to Signos.com, that's SIGNOS.com, and get up to 20% off select plans by using code CRAPPENS today.
That's Signos.com and use code CRAPPENS to get up to 20% off select plans for you today. Okay, everyone knows that Ronnie and I are big fans of coffee, and I particularly am very, very attached to my iced coffee.
So we're very excited to tell you about an incredible new product, Quest Iced Coffee.
You may know the Quest brand for redefining nutritional snacking, bringing you some of your favorite foods with added health benefits.
Iced coffee is Quest's newest product with mocha latte and vanilla latte flavors.
And Quest Iced Coffee has 10 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar. I'm literally drinking one right now as we record this ad, and I've been drinking them all weekend long. They are delicious. They give me the boost that I'm looking for in flavors that make me so deeply happy.
And it's a total game changer in the morning routine because I don't have to sit around making it. It's just right there and it's protein right into my veins.
Find Quest Iced Coffees on Amazon.com/Quest Nutrition.
So she's saying how it's so great having the other moms around. It's great support. And so it's all starting to feel real now. So then they start playing baby shower games. So they all are chugging water out of little baby bottles, very Lala style. And whoever finishes first wins. All that kind of stuff. And Nia's like, oh, I thought I was going to be the one to win first, but I wasn't the one. Now I get why babies always need to burp, Daniel.
And when they're sucking out of the bottle, they just keep pointing to Brittany's bottle, like water, still water.
Yeah.
Water. It's just water, everybody. Because, if Jax was there, he'd be like, oh my God, there she is, wasted again. By the way, I see Jax's little plan has worked with a lot of this audience. You guys don't fall for Jax's plan, okay? I get that Brittany has some GERD or whatever the fuck is going on with Brittany, and she's got a bad stomach, and she probably shouldn't be drinking or eating hot sauce or doing whatever she's doing. But Jax came on this show to make all of us turn against Brittany and call her a bad mother and an alcoholic. And you guys are doing it. Stop doing that. Leave that poor Kentucky little muffin alone. She
Yeah.
didn't do anything. So she barfs in bags on her driveway every once in a while. At least she doesn't do it all over the driveway, which all the guys on these shows would do. And you're not a bad mother just because you throw up every once in a while and get shit-faced. Okay? Otherwise, I would have been given to an orphanage a long time ago. Just let the woman live.
So Brittany is like, she's like, hi, Janet, what's your ideal birth plan? So Janet's talking about she wants to get an epidural. And she's like, I just want to get there and push for a few minutes. And they're like, oh, well, I pushed for a long time. Michelle's like, yeah, my doctor and Jesse got into a fight. And Brittany's like, yeah, I started back labor. And they all just start telling all the terrible things that happens. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, I almost started to bleed out. And it's like,
My baby came out backwards and in roller skates, and then it started roller skating on my uterus. It really hurt. Brittany's like, yeah, Mom was playing a piano. It came out, unfortunately, it was grand piano. It really hurt.
what had a velociraptor invasion in the middle of my pregnancy? That was difficult.
My baby had seen Lala on TV and came out with claw nails. It really hurt bad.
So now the guys, their boat's arriving, and then they're giving Danny shit for catching like a 3-inch trout and everything. And then there's like this weird thing where Jesse's like, yeah, you think you locked in the Loch Ness. And Danny's like, I would have rode it. It's like, you would have rode the trout? No, I would have rode the Loch Ness. So now you're having sex with a sea creature? The neck is so long. I'm like, what are these? Do we need to have a camera on them at all times?
Men talking is one thing. Straight men talking is another thing. Straight men from the valley talking is quite another
About the
thing.
Loch Ness monster? Enough.
It's a lot.
Enough.
So then Danny's farting in the car. And they're like, oh my God, Danny's so drunk, And Jax is like, yeah, I mean, look at his life. Imagine having kids. 3 of them all the time. And a wife. Fuck no. Fuck no. He's like, I'd be passed out by now drunk. So they come back and Brittany's like, oh my God, you got some sun. And Jesse's like, Nia, I'd get your mop and broom out because you need to clean this mess up. Referring to Danny.
Yeah. So that tonight the dinner is that everyone's going to get dressed in their fantasy outfits, whatever interpretation that is. It's the last night in Big Bear. And so everyone's dressing up and
I'd be a belly button M&M. That's the M&M. That's the M&M that you hide in your belly button for a snack later. What would you dress as?
Settlers of, what would I dress as for Dom? I think for Dom I would.
Well, I'm lonely, so I just dress for myself. A belly button M&M. My fantasy.
I think for Dom I would probably like dress like as a bunch of French fries with a big butt.
Hot.
So everyone's like, they're gonna do this, and now we go over to Kristen's apartment or her apartment area because the show has got to give us some Kristen. They give us too little Kristen for this, okay? So Kristen and Luke are walking the dogs, aka Jill and the other one. Because are there any other dogs outside of Jill in that apartment?
And
I don't think
Kristen's
so.
like, dog's gonna poop. Jill's gonna poop. Watch, this is her spot.
That's her poop spot.
Watch, this is Jill's poop spot.
Seriously?
There's a
Seriously, that's her poop spot.
This is supposed to poop spot.
I know
And
it.
then Jill does poop, and she's like, nailed it.
I always tell the truth. I always tell the truth. People say I lie. I tell the truth. I said that's where Jill's gonna poop. She pooped there. Seriously? So the producer's like, do you have any FOMO about like not being with the rest of the group? She goes, no. I would rather be glued to my couch watching Jill choose another poop spot than to be with those people. Okay? I don't want to even be with them. In fact, I have JOMO, the joy of missing out. Seriously. As Kristen goes back to watching Jill poop underneath the for rent sign at her apartment.
So then Luke is contemplating he's like, is it tortellini or is it tortelloni? Because I've never been in the city before. This is very difficult. She's like, just tortellini. And he's like, but I've seen tortelloni before, so what's that? She's like, I don't know, maybe it's tortellini that's spelled wrong. He's like, no, tortelloni's different. I'm a city person now. I'm gonna get educated.
She's like, someone please take me to Big Bear.
Yeah, she's like, that's not even a real thing, tortelloni. Stop making things up. I have JOMO, the joy of missing out on tortellini discussions. That's not even a real thing.
So
What is tortelloni?
I think it's like a larger. I think it's like a larger tortellini.
Tortelloni?
I mean, you're the ones going to Italy tomorrow.
Well,
You can
that's
look it
supposed to
up.
know before I even go out there. Hey, y'all, what's
Okay.
tortelloni?
All right, I'm gonna look it up. Is
Hi,
it like-
everybody. My
oh,
name's Rondo. I'm from Texas. What's tortelloni, y'all?
Oh, I know what a tortelloni is. It's like when you're a turtle, but you're owned by the Torkelsons.
Oh, God. Okay, this is what surgery I want. I want to take my waddle that's right here, and then I want to pull it over to the side of my face, and then I want to staple it, and then I want to cut it. Can they just do that? Why don't they just make it easier?
Okay. Tortelloni versus tortellini.
all the way
What's the
back.
difference? Okay, this is from Tasting Table.
Back of your head.
God, I love. Wait, I wish I were in the editorial room for Tasting Table with like, okay, Melinda, what do you have? Okay, I've got this idea for an article. Tortellini versus tortelloni. What's the difference? Am I right, everyone? It's gonna break the internet. Like, do it, Melinda. You can do it.
Gemma's like, oh, I'll bet it's Millie trying to pretend she's fancier than everyone else, ordering a tortellini with an O in it.
Oh, this is a thing that has like a million. Just tell me. Okay, how are they different?
I think you're right, because that's a big one, right? It's a big
Tortelloni, like tortellini, tortelloni is a stuffed pasta shaped into a circle and stuffed with a warm cheese. Masterclass claims that tortelloni, while also from northern Italy, is traditionally vegetarian in nature. It uses no meat, just ricotta and vegetables. Okay, but because it contains no meat like tortelloni does. Oh, so tortellini has meat and tortelloni has no meat.
Oh, I love
Another
it.
difference is quite literally highlighted by the name tortelloni. Tortelloni ends with the suffix oni, which indicates a larger size. So
There you go. You were
So
correct.
it's not only is it vegetarian, it's bigger. It's big and it's full of vegetables. It has so many vegetables. It's bigger.
Well,
So
Siri just turned on, so you taught Siri something. Okay, so we go back to Big Bear.
Siri's like, don't you hate when she does that?
Yes, because she does it over you talking. You go Siri, and then she turns on, and then you go call, and she goes so fucking annoying.
That's
and
not a
every
good
time
quality.
they're like, we perfected her with this update, guys, and everybody gets so excited, and then she just starts fucking with you in new ways.
It's not a good quality in a human, let alone an AI.
We are being stared at by
Oh,
that office, and I'm gonna sue them. And
Who's
Gemma's
staring at
over there
us?
twirling around in her goddamn.
You could see
chair.
her. You could see her cloak.
Gemma needs to
swiveling.
watch her ass. I'm calling human resources.
Who's staring at us? I would like to make.
performative stomach scratcher. Okay, he stopped. Now he's.
I want to make him. Oh, look at him! Wait, he's still
yeah.
checking his text. He's still waiting on his date. Nathan,
He's like, have you found the
Nathan,
printer yet?
she still hasn't texted. You'll hear a notification, okay?
Okay, so Jax gets home. He's like, I gotta poop really bad. And Brittany's like, we're supposed to be in fantasies right now. Please don't talk about your pooping. Here's what I want you to dress as: a hunter with a net who's hunting for sparkle. Cause I love my Jax.
JX, I don't want to hear about your constipation. Yeah.
So then Jason's wearing a hot dog outfit because Janet loves corn dogs.
This was kind of hot because Jason has really good arms and it really highlighted how good his arms are. So I actually kind of appreciated this hot dog costume. I'll say
No,
that.
I think Jason's getting too good of a rap. Everybody's like, I hate Jason. I hate Janet, but I love Jason. Jason's amazing. Janet's the best. Jason's wonderful. No, Jason is a Janet enabler. So I'm not going to get behind that. He acts nice, but he's really enabling Janet at the end of the day. So there's something wrong with him.
But also nice arms.
I don't care.
So listen, nice
Horrible
arms.
people can work out.
Nice arms, law degree. I don't know. I'm into him. So
Janet enabler. Whoop. X canceled all that other stuff.
whatever. I love my monsters on Bravo. The more Janet's a monster. Janet is a huge monster. It does not take away that she's a monster. But I love my monsters. I have historically always loved the worst women on Bravo. I cannot help it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't love her.
I know you're not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, if someone says they're a Janet enabler, I'm like, that's okay. I'm a Janet enabler too.
You are Janet Enabler.
I'm a Janabler. So Nia's like, what do you think Jackson and Brittany are going to dress up as? And Danny's like, I don't know. You said you were going to be ranch dressing. So Nia was supposed to be ranch dressing, but didn't show up on time.
I like that Danny
don't
just
know.
wants to be a basic bitch on Bravo, because that was the old thing from Vanderpump Rules, right? When all the witches of WeHo were like,
Yeah.
our thing is like, we really love ranch. Like, Stassi built an entire podcast community on the fact that she loves ranch and like soft rock and elevators. You know?
So Nia's ranch costume didn't show up in time. But the thing is that Nia has a lot of like coincidental things that have to happen, which gets mentioned later this episode, which also is something that I mentioned when they went to Malibu, how Danny all of a sudden needed her to come back. So I'm not sure that ranch costume didn't arrive in time. I think it was never ordered in the first place.
Nia's soul is already ranch dressing. Like, her personality is already a bottle of ranch. I don't think and she's like the yogurt ranch, you know?
She's a ranch dressing soul living in a French dressing lifestyle.
Here's what I want: her facial Botox filler person, because she looks amazing. Have you seen? Did you notice that when she went to the interview, she had like a different face?
She had a different look. A lot of them have different looks.
But not only a different look, a different face. Like, her face was different. She went in and got like a tune-up and stuff. She looks great. Who's your person? Are they in Santa Clarita? Tell me, I need to know.
And can I say something retroactively? Because I know we're not going to get to it for a little while. Rachel Futa's strange dress with a giant rose on the front of
It looks
it.
like a hemorrhoid. What is that thing?
It literally looks like a monster from Zelda, one of those monsters that hangs off the wall. It's trying to it's like a sandworm from Dune. Which, by the way, I finished Dune. Everyone, I finished it. But it is literally like her chest is a sandworm. It's like ready to consume us and turn us into spice.
I think she looks like a hemorrhoid.
It can be all the same.
Or one of
all
the
above.
monsters. One of the monsters from that newer zombie show on HBO. Whatever it's called.
You mean The Last of Us?
Yeah.
The other zombie show that Danny doesn't do the voices for?
It's like,
Don't be friends with Teresa.
So Danny is wasted. He wants to dress up like Ranch. And Nia's like, oh, so Daniel's obviously had a lot to drink. She's back in her Daniel zone where she does that thing where even though every single other person calls him Danny, she sort of like exercises the Daniel privilege of like being like in a
she's
relationship.
trying to upgrade her husband, I think.
She's trying to upgrade, and she's also trying to she's trying to remind everyone, I have special access to this person, which she doesn't have to remind people of because she's already married to him. But she is trying to also upgrade him and like
I think she's trying to
formalize
upgrade him where she's like, guys, he's not a Danny, he's a Daniel. And Daniels are very serious people who take their family and their lives very seriously. They're not playful drunks like Danny's.
Yeah. Daniel's like chose to be Jamie Fraser from Outlander, and like I've watched Outlander like 3 times all the way through. So I'm like excited. Like I'm so excited my costume did not show up. Like I was gonna be a bottle of ranch.
Now, I've only watched a couple of episodes of Outlander, but I think if your wife's dream is Outlander, that she wants to leave you, because I know it's a romantic show, but it's also like, that guy's really hot. You're never going to live up to it. And it's also about time travel. So I think she's regretting her choices.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of women romance things where they're just like, I really regret you. And
Like-
they're trying to like think of a time machine to change everything again, you know? Whereas
Dan-
guys are just like,
Yeah, and I think this is a big gap because Danny literally looks like a little Disney character, like a little Disney boy. He looks like he's like on Captain Hook's ship, like one of the cronies, you know? He should be like doing something silly in the background. And so there's like a big gap between like little boy Disney look versus Outlander. That's going to be a hard goal for her to bridge. Mm-hmm. So the couples are gathering in the living room. Janet is dressed like vanilla because that's Jason's fantasy because he loves standard sex. And Michelle...
think about those two. One of them wanted the other one to dress up as a hot dog, and the other one has to dress as vanilla. What's a...
Well, you've got a
I don't
main,
really
you've
have
got,
anything to say
you've got a
about it.
main and a dessert.
Yes.
So Michelle and Jesse. So Michelle is dressed up in the outfit she wore on the first date, aka the booty call she had with Jesse when she was wearing basically just like a raincoat and nothing else. And Brittany is dressed as a puck bun. Oh yeah, a puck bunny. Sorry, a puck bunny from hockey. It just
Oh,
the list
puck
gets
bunny.
sadder and sadder and sadder as we go through it.
Yeah.
Jax is an NBA player. So there's that. And then Jasmine is Kalani because her girlfriend loves Kalani. And everyone sits down. And then we have Chef Tammy, who just looks like Uma Thurman in about 15 years. And she's like, hi, everyone. Well, I don't know if you know what tonight is, but that's why this menu is so special. Danny's like, is it Scottish? And Tammy's like, no, it's not Scottish. I had a spiel that I was working on, but thanks. It's aphrodisiacs. And there's an aphrodisiac component in every dish.
And he's like, is it Scottish or Irish? Because I like Irish and Scottish, I think, because that's the And Brittany's like, oh my gosh, it's And then she's like, Daniel, you do not look good with that wig on, by the way. Because I just like,
Jesus, Brittany, let her finish her spiel.
I'm sorry, I thought she was done.
God, this is rude,
I'm sorry,
Brittany.
I
This
thought
is
she
rude.
was done.
Oh my God, are you wasted again?
I didn't drink nothing.
Oh my God, she's wasted, guys.
I only had 4 drinks. I didn't drink
Oh
nothing.
my
Jack.
God. She was doing keg stands in the bedroom, guys. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
my
Tammy,
God.
can I make a special order for my omelet? Could you fill it with sparkle? Because I lost my... Hey, Tammy, let me feel pretty right now.
Tammy's like, fuck this gig. So,
Tammy's like, I made everything like an aphrodisiac because surely it's a couple's trip, so you all want to fuck later. Tammy, no thanks. Can we fire Tammy? I don't need you bringing on this cast on TV and making them horny. They're hard enough to watch clothed.
we do not need these people potentially reproducing, okay? So the producers then asked everyone to do a Scottish accent, you know, because of Danny's wig. And then Danny can't do an accent very well. So then Jesse goes, I've learned one thing this summer. It's that Danny is a terrible actor. And everyone's like, oh, Jesse, that was mine. And Danny goes, all of a sudden Danny gets very serious. He goes, apparently you haven't seen any of my work and you live under a rock and don't own a television because you may remember I was on the OC 20 years ago.
Is that what he was on? He was a
He had a
Disney
guest.
kid, I thought.
I think he was all of the above. He did have a guest. There was definitely a moment where there's like a scene where he was like hooking up with someone, like he was in like a gay relationship on the OC. Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
there's a clip out there. You'll see it. He had like Ryan Cabrera hair and everything.
So then that's a couple of Disney kids on this show because Pink Crocs was another Disney kid. Did you know that?
Pink
It's like
Crocs.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon. Yeah.
One of Ursula's eels. Yeah.
Simon was, and Zach was someone who went to Disneyland at some point, I'm sure. He's like, who wants to go on Space Mountain? I literally am going to die if I'm not on Space Mountain. You guys better fucking hurry up. The line for Space Mountain is getting longer. The more you choose sip your Fantasyland latte, the longer that line of longer the line at Space Mountain gets. Oh my God, why are we not at Space Mountain yet?
So Danny's all upset, and Jack's like, hey, you're a great actor. You're great. He's like, I know I am. Jesse's like, maybe just not a great Scottish one then. Janet's like, that's rude.
Listen, I just came out. Okay, I just came up with this wig right spare the moment. I like that. Just like Danny's like, I haven't had time to get into character, and you are like, I am doing This is a cold reading of this Outlander character, and you cannot base my acting skills off of my impromptu wig moment.
Yeah, he's like, I just came up with that spare of the moment. Jeez, man.
So then they're like, oh, one thing we know about Danny is that he's really sensitive. So we see clips of him being sensitive. I feel like it's so mean. Like, it's not fair because the show roasts Danny for being sensitive, shows a whole clip montage where I think a far worse like transgression is Jesse for being a total dipshit asshole. Where's the montage of him just being awful all season instead?
There's literally 20. They have montages of Jesse being
Just him
awful all the
talking.
time.
Whenever he talks, it's a montage of him being an asshole, to be honest.
They don't even have to go back far. They could show a whole montage of each episode. They're like, here's where Jesse was an asshole today. Just today. I like Danny being a sensitive wuss thing because Danny does the thing where Brittany's about to call him out on it, but he does do the thing where it's so much harder for him than everybody in the world who's going through the same thing, including the woman with the babies on her boobs.
That's true, too. He does deserve a little bit of shit.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
Stewart's single ingredient freeze-dried treats are a great solution because they have only one ingredient, freeze-dried, to lock in nutrition and flavor.
Dogs can't resist them, and you can feel good about treating or training with these treats. Let me tell you something that is absolutely true. Have you ever seen AI where they make a dog look like it's smiling and it's the creepiest thing ever because it looks like a human smile? My dog did that when he had these treats. I mean, my dog is pretty nice to me. I have a sweet, sweet dog, Bueller. I love him. And he's always nice to me. But he's never been as obsessed with me as after when I gave him these treats. He loves them. He literally follows me around for the next hour begging for more. They're really, really, really solid, really good. It's real meat, and they are just little freeze-dried treats you give them. They love them. Visit stewartpet.com to learn more. That's STEWART pet.com.
We see clips of him being sensitive and everything, and they're joking about how Danny doesn't really look like Danny's really Nia's fantasy, you know. So Janet's like, well, it sounds like, Michelle's like, by the way, can we talk about that house in your home search? Can we talk about that? Which is Michelle stirring the pot, because it was literally the last episode where
Michelle's constantly starting shit on this show. And it's impressive because she seems like she wouldn't be great for TV, right? She's very I don't know why my husband thinks I'm cheating. And then she smiles like she's a really terrible liar and a terrible actor. But she's great. She comes right in and stirs everything.
And we know she's trying to stir the pot. She's not just asking a simple question, because she literally said last episode, why didn't you say anything when I brought you to Santa Clarita? I brought you there so that way you could tell Danny that this was a terrible idea.
Yeah. So
she wants Nia to do it. It's like a do-over for Nia right now.
Yeah. So she's like, basically yell at Danny in front of everybody, right? So then we see the clip of Nia saying, well, it's just that Danny makes me feel heard, but he's also like, this is definitely not happening. So then Jana's like, well, it sounds like, wait, hold on. I still have my offended face because Jesse was so rude previously. So hold on. That felt really good. Okay, let me move on now. So from what I'm getting, Nia wants to move to WeHo, something like that.
And Nia's like, yeah, I want to be in WeHo or Miracle Mile. That's like where my friends are. By the way, the concept of miracles should never be applied to this show. So, let's not even think about Miracle Mile.
Or honestly, that neighborhood, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
So Jax is like, hope you got a lot of money. Hope you got a lot of money if that's where you want to live. Hope you got a lot of money.
I want a 3-bedroom condo, and then, you start with a 3-bedroom condo, and then you get a house in the backyard when the kids are bigger and need to learn self-defense.
Yeah, Danny's like, can I talk? Can I say something? Can I say something as a Scottish Irishman who just does nothing but raise babies? Okay? Now, we've got 23 square foot penthouse condo, which is really a way to sell it, because that place does not look like
that is not 2,300. That is 200
penthouse.
230 square foot. Okay, it is like a weird yellow apartment with all the blinds drawn at all times.
There might be an old withered up penthouse under a mattress in that dump, but that's
like
the only penthouse shit I'm giving you, sir.
Stop trying to act like you were on Park Avenue and we know you're in Woodman or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, but it's huge. It's a mansion, and we're bursting at the seams already. And Jax is like, basically, you don't even have room for diapers. You don't even have room for motherfucking diapers, bro. Santa Clarita, that's where it's at.
Well, with what we make, this is what we can afford, and the valley is where we need to look. And Jax is like, yeah, you never need to feel bad, though, because, you're in the top bracket with what you do. You're, literally top bracket of zombie voiceovers, so don't feel bad.
Jax is such an asshole. You're in the top bracket of the lowest bracket. It's a low bracket, but you're in the bracket, all right? You're tall. You're not tall enough to get on the roller coaster, but you are tall enough to get in a go-kart, a mini go-kart. So, you winning.
Who else here has 3 kids? No one? Exactly.
Yeah.
302.
Guys. No one? No one's got 3 kids? Okay, exactly. And Brittany goes, oh, yeah, it's just you, Danny. It's not me at all, right? He's like, no, guys. It's a different look when you got 3 kids. No one else has 3 kids.
Jack's like, I'm supporting you. It's like, and he's like, Daniel, he's supporting you. He's like, I know.
I'm talking to the table. I'm talking to the table right now.
I don't know what y'all were talking about. Actually, I couldn't hire you. I don't know. Yeah, she was drunk. Brittany was drunk. And Jax, I wasn't drunk.
Yo, we're saying is no one gives the dads any credit, all right? And Jasmine's like, okay. So the guys get some credit, great. But no one's listening to Nia. And then Danny goes, are you kidding me right now?
She goes, I'm just saying That's what it looks like.
Oh, to who? To who? Who does it look like that?
To me. He's like, Nia, yeah. And Nia's like, she's getting so uncomfortable because remember, her background is pageantry and she's not comfortable when you have to like drop the happy smile. So she's like, come on, don't talk to the whole table. Talk to me, Daniel. Talk to me, Daniel. He's like, no, I have to talk to the whole table. Talk to me, Daniel. Don't talk to Jasmine. He's like, I got a whole table telling me I don't listen to his wife. She's like,
It's like, shh, Nia. I got a whole table. People telling me I don't listen to
just
mom.
talk
Be
to
good,
me.
big one, Nia. You shut up.
Daniel,
Three under
Daniel.
two.
Daniel.
3 under 2.
Oh,
No one's
terribly
here.
sorry,
I'm
everyone.
alone.
Unfortunately, our cab is here, and we're gonna have to go to our bedroom.
Ranch dressing doesn't talk.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Daniel unfortunately has a business meeting in his bedroom, so we're gonna have to leave the table.
So who notices this? Was it Jason?
It's like a little bit. It's a little bit later, but basically, Nia is trying to like shut this down. She's trying to shut it down. She's like, just stop, Daniel, just stop. Like this is okay, everyone. Just want to say this is just gonna be a private conversation, and like we're just not gonna be
exactly.
It
Shouldn't be a conversation with everybody, Mariah. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Nia, you just fucked me over. Huh? You just cursed it. You
just screwed me over there.
You just said the F word
Yeah, I
on
said
national
screwed.
television to
Be
me.
quiet.
You
I
said
can't
the
even
F
hear
word.
you. Is there someone sitting next to me? Ranch doesn't talk, all right? The only thing Ranch should talk to is lettuce.
So then this is when Jason's like, it's actually like pretty funny because like when Danny gets like this, Nia has like a babysitter call, gotta go. It always happens.
And we see clips of that. And I hadn't noticed that she literally does that every time they shoot. She's like, whoa. Okay, gotta go. Gotta call for the
Guys,
babysitter, Danny.
all
Gotta
right.
run.
Just gotta call.
run.
The babysitter's on her way. She just picked up a whole bunch of things from Chipotle. We don't want those tacos to get cold, so gotta go, everyone.
So Jason's like, unfortunately, you can't do that when you're staying in the house. So she's like, oh, I have to process my thoughts. And Brittany's like, you know what she needs? A shot. That's what she needs. I could use one too, actually.
I don't want to fight in front of a table of friends. Just not how I handle things. So now it's the next morning, and Nia's a very pretty shot of Nia in bed with the twins and Danny. And Danny's like, whoops, blame it on the altitude. That was not my proudest moment. And of course, what I'm talking about is showing up in a character I hadn't researched yet. Just never do that. Never do. Put in the time. Put in the time for it.
So I mentioned last week or the week before that Jax had left some Instagram comments. Someone said, oh my God, Danny's so amazing. He's like the best husband on the show. And Jax left a comment saying something like, oh, let's see how this ages. Insinuating that Danny's really going to show his ass and everybody's going to turn around Danny. Do you think this was it? Because I don't think this was so bad.
I don't think Jax just says shit all the time just to insinuate shit.
I know, but it makes me want to know what it was, And if it was this, Jax, try harder.
Try harder.
Stupid.
Also, be better with making your bagel. He makes a bagel and he starts just like putting the schmear down, just sort of like haphazardly. You need a better
And it's
technique.
just very Jackson. I think this is nitpicking, but Jax wakes up and immediately makes himself something. Everybody else wakes up and starts making a group breakfast. But Jax wakes up and just makes a shitty little bagel for himself.
Yeah, like enjoy your lender's bagel because he knows some sort of frozen bagel.
Yeah.
So Michelle and Jesse are
I know he's got plenty of lenders. Bless his heart.
So Michelle and Jesse are planning. They've got to figure out picking up Isabella
I
later.
think Millie died. Look at all the birds circling above the office building.
Oh, terrible news, everyone! Unfortunately,
Millie never found the foam, so we had to poison her toasty.
sip up a lip. Sip up a lip. So everyone, we're going to have some eaten mess, which is a tribute to Millie in so many different ways. She had a terrible workstation. But
Do
we will
seagulls
always
circle
remember her.
something and then kill it? Are those seagulls? What kind of birds are those?
They're seagulls.
They're very close. That was very close to us. We just
Yeah,
gotta
those
fly
are
by.
seagulls. These are seagulls.
They're looking for
Look at that
something dead.
one.
Yeah.
These seagulls. Are we close to a body of water? Water? I'm gonna look it up.
I think we're always close to a body of water. Okay, so Michelle and Jesse are talking, and Michelle's like, I don't want to pack. So I'm going to watch you pack. And he's like, yeah, back to reality. Do we have to pick up Isabella? So they're talking about the kid. And so he's like, okay, so listen, everyone's telling me you're cheating, and I'm trying to play it standoffishly, but I'm going to look really fucking stupid if you've been cheating on me. And she's like, what? Why would you think that? I've been so clear with you when I said I was taking pictures and sending them to somebody similar to ground beef with ketchup and breadcrumbs.
So Jess is like, I don't like to hear stuff like that because it makes me question you, okay? It makes me wonder, why are there so many Rob Reiner movies on our Netflix queue? I don't understand this, okay? Like, why would someone make that up? She's like, I've been pretty clear with you. And he goes, I know we deal with clients differently, and than Kristen would ever deal with everyone, okay? But the truth is, first, you won't let me touch your phone or go near it. Then there's a rumor that you're sending sexy, flirty photos to Rob Reiner, and I know it's coming from Kristen, but truth is, when you start to compound all these things, it starts to seem real.
I don't know why you would be questioning me. It's like, I don't like Jesse, but I think those are all some pretty valid reasons, okay?
And he's like, you know what? This morning started well. We had sex. And I laid there and I thought, is there truth to this? Because she acted like she wasn't there. She had her eyes closed. She literally did a fake orgasm. And then she did a different voice and said, I'll have what she's having. And I was like, what is happening here? And then I realized I wasn't having sex with her at all. I was masturbating into a pillow and she was watching When Harry Met Sally on the other side of the room.
Yeah. So he finally got laid, but she was just like, like lying there with her eyes closed. I mean, we've all been there,
It's like, those were the days. Like, why are you singing that, Michelle?
She's like, please help the children. She's just off Rob Reiner movies now. She's just on to Sally Struthers commercials.
Michelle says, Kristen,
10 cents a day.
Kristen is accusing me of being a cheater when she has cheated on her boyfriends. And the producer's like, how are you saying that she's cheated on Luke? Like, is there something that you want to talk about?
And she's like, I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah, I
And
forgot
the
how to
smile's really big. And it's like, girl, no one cares that Kristen cheated because she's not married to Luke with a baby. Do you understand? You guys on Bravo need to stop with your non-apples to apples comparisons, ma'am. Everyone expects it from Kristen. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all sitting here waiting to see how she cheats on Luke. We're excited to see how she cheats on Luke. It's not the same thing.
Jill is ready. Jill's ready to send in a blind item. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So now Brittany.
Jill's like, I choose the side of the one who knows when I'm going to shit.
I choose the side of someone who actually knows my favorite place, who actually listens.
Yeah.
So Brittany's in the kitchen. Brittany's like, "Hi, where'd my coffee cup go?" Jackson knows to let me alone because I'm not like a morning person. Because she's drunk. She's wasted right now, everyone. Look at her. Can't even walk
like,
through.
I know better than to talk to her in the morning. You know who else is in a bad mood in the morning? Whiskey. Basically a walking bottle of tequila, that one. So, she's like, yeah, that's real hard. Hey, Jana, look at my eyes. Remember I used to break out in hives of my eyes? I just, where is my spark? Jana's just like, can we just go outside and talk about Jackson, your terrible marriage? So they go outside, and Brittany's like, oh my God, there's swings and water tanks. It's like my wedding.
Wow, we're really in the country. It's like we're in that movie about Postmates. What was that called? Delivery? It's like, no, Deliverance. Ho! So Janet's like, so does this remind you of home? By the way, I wanted to talk to you about you and Jax. Oh, I know. It was awful. He's making it sound like I have a drinking problem or something like that. I mean, just because every time I talk, I sound like I'm going glug, 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 glug. That's just how I pronounce things, okay? I was like, are you kidding me, Jax? I am not acting like Jesse and Daniel over there.
I mean, it is really harsh, and he shouldn't scream at you like that. I mean, you really shouldn't scream at someone when they actually smell like a margarita. It's bad form. Like, I don't want margaritas to be smelled that. You really do smell good, Brittany.
Listen, I'm at home with my child 24/7, and I don't drink with him at home. Okay, I'm a mother first, and I'm allowed to have a drink sometimes.
And she's like, yeah, you guys just need to communicate. They are communicating. He's calling her a drunk, and she's saying, fuck you. What are you not understanding? That's called communication.
That's a pretty clean argument right there.
Yeah.
So Janet's like, well, it just seems like it's getting worse. And like, I know you guys don't believe in divorce. I wouldn't go down that path or anything. And she's, oh, we would go down that path. We would. And it's like a mega.
Yeah. And of course, Brittany's like, I'd fucking divorce his ass. The only one saying he wouldn't get divorced is Jax. He's purposely making her divorce him on purpose because that's what he does. Stassi said that years ago. right?
Yeah.
So Brittany's like, yeah, saying the word divorce to Janice, definitely the first time I've said it, even though I didn't really say it. But let's just pretend I did. And it's scary because I didn't know I'd ever feel that way. You know what I mean? I asked Jackson to do the smallest things to help our marriage, like therapy, like making me feel pretty sometimes, like maybe getting romantic, or maybe making me feel attractive or something.
And Brittany's like, you know what? I'm just like not comfortable with my body right now. I don't feel pretty, and it's like bad. Like we're excited for the bar, but like he's like he's like he's just like just
Good luck with that word. I don't know.
Just spacing off the baby.
I wrote spicing the baby. Spicing off the baby?
He's just like he's riding off the having another baby. And like we don't even try, and it hurts my feelings sometimes.
And it's like, you guys have to do something soon, or it's gonna get really bad. So then we go back to the house, and they're just, making small talk. So now me and Danny are going to go for a walk. Dun, dun, dun. And she's like, so obviously last night got a little heated, but I just want to be heard, Danny. I don't know about Santa Clarita. I just don't have any emotional connection to Santa Clarita. Girl, nobody has an emotional connection to Santa Clarita.
No, literally no one does. This is her saying like, please, I just want to live close to or on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. Please take me to Miracle Mile. Please don't take me up there. I know there's a Red Lobster in Valencia, but I just really don't want to go to Santa Clarita. And he's like, all right, well, I'm listening to you. And like, she's like, I know there's a lot on your plate too. So here, I'll feed your fragile male ego, even though you're really not doing as much as me. But now that I've stroked your ego, can we just move to Miracle Mile instead?
And he's basically saying, look, you're in bed depressed all the time. And I want to be there for our kids. And it sounds kind of like he's going to say, and I want you, it's not like you're happy here anyway. Let's go to Santa Clarita, which is
right.
where I thought, I was like, please don't go there, Danny. But he didn't. He was like, you seem depressed. I want to be there for you. And I don't want to be this drunk idiot. I just want to be there for you. And she's like, but I want to be there for you too. And so when I'm not sad, I want you to do things that are making you happy. Like getting drunk? No.
Like riding the Loch Ness Monster?
No, Danny.
Like
Santa
Santa
Clarita.
Clarita.
No. So he cries, and then she cries. And he's like, a strong testament to our marriage is we can be vulnerable. I just hope we can be just as vulnerable in Santa Clarita, which we're definitely moving to, whether she likes it or not.
No. So now Big Bear is done, and we come into the end of the episode with some of the guys going to gentleman's lunch. Jesse has his friend Oliver, who's this random guy in the middle of the scene, and they go to like a nice restaurant, and Jesse's like, yeah, one thing that I do Fridays are gentleman lunch. Yeah, Fridays are a networking lunch. Our greatest was a 20,000 4-person 5-course meal. I'm like, okay, congratulations.
Such a douchebag.
I'm wasting that money.
He's such a fucking douchebag. So then Jason comes up, and everybody's like suited up. Jax and Jason come to join him, and Jesse's like, Jax, I didn't say you had to wear your wedding tux.
So Jax is like, they're just like talking about like, whoa, this is expensive and everything. And Jesse's like, so we just got back from Big Bear. Most male bonding experience. Jax cried, ha, pussy, stupid suit you wearing. Yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, he's explaining to his friend. And the friend's like, literally, do not care. I'm paying $5,000 for this meal.
I know. So they're talking about the whole situation with Brittany, and Jason's like, so by the way, Jax, you said that divorce isn't...
Not divorce, what? What's that?
You said it wasn't an option?
Divorce? Nah, don't know what that is. Divorce, what is it? Lanzapine, the fish? I don't even know what words are. Lanzapine, divorce? What? That's not even our vocabulary. We're going to stay married forever. She's never going to leave. She's never going to fucking run. I made sure of that when I sent her to that surgeon, got 9,000 pounds put into her. She ain't running, boys.
I don't know. I get the impression from Janet and Michelle that maybe it's worse for Brittany than you think it is. He's like, no.
She's not running. The way he says it, he's like, she's not running. It's like, geez, freaking creepy.
So you're doing something that's going to make her want to run away, right? That's that by saying that she's not running. That
yeah, he's purposely doing it. He's purposely doing it so he can be like, you're the one who left me, so now I can do whatever I want. You're the one who left, so I should keep the house. I'm not the one leaving. You're the one who left, so I should be able to date. It's not like I'm cheating on you. You left me. He's got her right where she wants him, and I'm surprised that he's got her right where he wants her, and I'm surprised that I'm surprised that she's not smarter than this. I'm not. But I wish he was smarter than this.
So the guys are like, yeah, Jax has his head in the sand. Brittany is ready to basically leave. And Jax says, no, she's not going to leave. My wife would not leave. Ever. Dun, dun. Season finale next week where we pick the cameras back up. And like really, I mean, this is pretty epic that we have 2 relationships out of like the 5 or 4 that are on this show literally falling apart next week. So,
Yeah.
Wow. What an amazing.
Well, guys,
what an
we're
amazing
going to
run.
be here next week. We'll talk to you then. We sure love ya.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. We want to hang with Liz Lang. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
We forever love Ava.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
I'm Elena, an autopsy technician.
And I'm Ash, a hairstylist.
And we just love swapping stories about all of the morbid things that fascinate us.
And if you do too, join us on our podcast, Morbid. It's a safe space to let your weirdo flag fly.
On Morbid, we cover dark historical events, sinister science, unnerving paranormal events, and sordid high society murders.
We also dive deep into the most notorious crimes in history.
Our podcast is grounded in rigorous and painstaking research. We're also not afraid to read a
Yeah. We keep it weird because a dash of snark is necessary to get through grotesque true tales of demented minds.
So follow Morbid on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Morbid early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
I'm Shimol Yai, and I have a new podcast called The Competition. Every year, 50 high school senior girls compete in a massive scholarship competition.
I wouldn't say I have an ego problem, but I'm extremely competitive.
All of the competitors are used to being the best and the brightest, and they're all vying for a huge cash prize.
This will probably be the most intense thing you've ever gone through in your life.
I remember that feeling because I was one of them. I lost. But now, I'm coming back as a judge and also a kind of teen girl anthropologist. Because if you want to understand what it's like to be a young woman in America today, the competition's not a bad place to start.
Hopefully, no one will die on stage tonight.
From Pineapple Street Studios and Wondery, this is The Competition. Follow The Competition on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to The Competition early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.